Good afternoon and welcome to CIET NCERT live interaction program. I am with you Dharminder Singh, and this topic is going to be very important and crucial. Why is that? Because the subject what we have got for you to deliver, that is pre-vocational activities, and under this for the upper primary student, and under this the topic what we have, awareness of logistic services. There you are. But before we talk about this session, this topic, I have some information to give to our viewers. If you have any questions, any queries, you can get back to us on our toll-free number. What is that? That is 1-800-111-265. There is another one, 1-800-112-199. If you would like to send your question through mail, of course you can do this. You can send this on our official mail ID. What is that? That is ciet.kishoremanch@gmail.com. Top of that, if you come across, if you would like to get back to us live, if you catch us live, then what you need to do, you need to go to the NCERT official YouTube channel, then you can find us. There would be a comment box, there would be a chat box, you can put your question over there as well, so we can take few of those and discuss with the expert. A part of this channel number 31, Kishore Manch, SWAYAM Prabha, of course you know this, and a part of this TataSky Channel 756, Airtel TV 440, VmVideocon Channel, that is 477, or a part of this Dish TV 128, you can get back to us. So these are the basic information which we need to deliver to the viewers. Now it's time to introduce our expert. Please welcome Sri A. Paliwal. I welcome you, sir. If you can hear me.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you.
Right. So before we move further, sir, I would like to, I want you to give us a brief introduction about the topic, that is awareness of logistic services. What is that, and what actually we need of that, and why that is crucial, why that is important to us.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Good afternoon to everyone who are watching this channel, especially students, parents, friends, and other people. And today I am going to discuss about the awareness of logistic services in the society. Yes, this is the new area. This is logistic. Many of them might not have heard about this topic earlier. In this topic, I am going to discuss about what is the logistic, what is the purpose of the logistics, what are the various activities are involved in this logistics, and after completing this logistic course, and what are the employment opportunities available for the students, either for the wage employment or for the self-employment, and to get this type of employment, and what type of skills are required for the students, and during the course of studies, what are the skills they have to gain for getting this type of employment. These things I will discuss during this topic. And most of you may are also aware that NCERT, that is PSS Central Institute of Vocational Education, has developed a course for the vocational courses that is called as Logistics Management under the NSQF level 1 to 4. So the students of the pre-vocational course, that is the age between 6 to 8, who wants to take up these logistic courses, these services courses, they will get an idea about this course, what is this logistic service, and what are the purpose, what are the activities, whether it will suit their needs and aspirations and their interests, etc. It will be very much useful to the students. And I would like to continue this my lectures. And the first one is regarding what is logistics. Logistics is a physical movement of goods from the suppliers to the production point and to the consumer point. It ensures the right person receives the right product with the right quantity at the right place at the right time and the right condition at the right cost. You may have been experienced, maybe when you receive any parcel or when you order online, when you get this parcel or any product, you see, you order something online, but when you open the packet, you come to know this is definitely different. Also, sometimes you wanted a specific brand, specific specification, you may order specific specification. But when you receive it one, you will find that whatever you give the specification may not be there. Sometimes what happens, you wanted to give a gift to someone during the birthday or marriage anniversary or some anniversary, so you order the product. But when you may not, you give any deadline to this time, but you may not receive it before the deadline, you may receive it after deadline. So sometimes also you might have experience, when you get the product, it may not be in the same condition, maybe slightly broken edge or something may be there. And also cost. So this logistics ensures that all these 7 R's, we normally in the logistics we call it as 7 R's. So now we will see what are the activities of the logistics system. There are so many activities are involved in the logistics system, and the first one will be the demand forecasting. So whenever any product is to be manufactured or designed, and they have to see what will be the demand for the product. Some of the product may be seasonal, some of the product may be regular. So if it is a seasonal product, they will manufacture during the season very fast. So for example, woolen cloth. Woolen cloth, it is required mostly from the period between the November to February. So the usage of the woolen cloth will be more. So that time production may be more to supply during the period. Like this, in the summer also, for example, umbrella, this type of things will be in more demand. So they will decide how much will be the demand for the product to produce those products, and how much is to be, as a raw material we have to acquire from the suppliers. So the first thing may be procurement of the raw materials. So during this procurement of raw materials, one has to see who are all the suppliers available to procure the raw materials, and where this type of materials are available, location, whether within India or outside India. Outside India means which country. So they have to source the suppliers and their location. The second thing is regarding the time of purchase. So when is to be purchased? Sometimes what happens, you purchase well in advance, but if you purchase well in advance for more than the required time, it may be a problem for you to store the product. So sometimes when you store the product for long time, the product, the raw material maybe get wasted, or maybe that may be damaged. So you have to decide what should be the right time to purchase these raw materials or some product or some spare parts. Then you have to see what is the price. So because the price of the raw materials is very important, sometimes you have to make sure that whatever you are producing it, the cost of the product must be reasonable. If you are all these raw material cost and the overhead cost and the cost of the manufacturing is more, sometimes then people may not be willing to purchase your product. So you have to negotiate the price, and what should be the right price to purchase that raw materials or spare parts. Then how much quantity is to be purchased, how much is to be procured from them, and what type of quality material is to be produced. Here sometimes the quality of your finished product depends on the quality of the raw material. If it is a good raw material, the quality is good, naturally your product will also be good. So during the procurement stage, they see about the sources, the location and the time, then about the price, then about the quantity and about the quality. So these things they decide about the procurement stage. Then next stage or next activity can be the very important, that is about the transportation. Okay, you have decided everything. That means when to produce, what to produce, how much to produce, what quantity is to be produced. All the things you have decided. And the next thing is about the transportation. If it is for the raw materials from the suppliers, if it is a finished product to the consumers or to the customers. So yes, most of you may know it, and we would have all seen all this type of modes of transport. One can be the road transport, another is the sea transport, another thing is about the air transport. The road transport is of two types. One is, you can see the truck. In the first figure, if you see it, the truck is ready with the materials, either to loading or unloading. Then second thing is, if you see the second picture, this is about the train. That is maybe the cement bags. This is unloading or unloading from the train. Then third thing is about the air. That is from the flight, cargo is loaded or unloaded. Then the last one is about the ship. So there also materials are loaded or unloaded. So you have to decide what type of transport you have to use it, either to bring the raw material or to sell the finished goods to the customer. Sometimes what will happen, suppose for example you import some of the raw materials from outside or export from here to other countries. You may have to use multiple modes of the transport. Sometimes from your godown or from your factory, you have to load it into the road transport. Maybe in the trucks you may be loading it, then go to the railway station. Then from there it may take it to the different places. From there you have to unload it. Then you may have to port. Then from there you have to loading it there. So like that, there are some of the things you may have the multiple modes of transport. One has to use it. So they will decide what type of mode is to be used. And another thing is regarding the transport route. Which route you have to follow it, which is the shortest route where the cost can be minimized. Then another thing is regarding the carrier or outsourcing agencies. See, some of the industries, some of the companies, they may have their own vehicles to load and unload, to send it to the seaport or to send it to the airport or send it to the railway station. But many of the unorganized sectors, maybe small things or even industries also, they may not like to have their own vehicles because the cost of maintenance may be more. So they try to hire from the other outsourcing agencies. That's why there are big harbors and other things. They empanel some of the transporters or transport agencies. They keep it in the list. So whenever any materials is to be brought in or any materials are to be sent out, and they contact with the people and they ask that I need 50 trucks of load is there and we need 50 trucks. So they have the empanelment and they have the negotiation, they have the MOU. So based on that, and they operate this transport system. Then also one has to know about the transport regulations. There are so many local transport authorities are there. So one has to know about what are the various procedures to be followed while transporting goods from one place to another places, or to get the raw materials from the suppliers to the factory. So this transport is a very important one in this logistic aspect. Then another thing is regarding loading and unloading of materials. When we have seen the different types of transports and different modes of transport, where is to be brought in, where it is to be sent, in every stages there will be a loading and unloading of materials aspects will be there. If you see this picture, I have given that 4 pictures. One is about the truck is standing, it is giving about the loading and unloading that is letters. Then second one, if you see it, there are people are there that they are called as the loading assistants or loaders. They take all these materials and they load it into the truck. One person is receiving the material, another person is giving the materials. So like that they are loading it. Then third things, if you see this picture, see some of the things the weight may be more. You cannot lift on your hand and give it to the person who is loading it. So for that purpose, you are using small machines to carry that materials to the truck inside. This is a very big container. You can see the length of the container is very large. It's given as Costco. So they are using this type of vehicles to unload this loading and unloading this materials. Then the last one is also the people are they are all unloading loading this material. So this loading and unloading materials, there are so many things are to be taken care. That means when to load and how to load and where to load and who will load it. Here this is okay, when to load, they know when it is to be sent it and how, whether you have to use it through the machines or by hand or manually or through machines, and where it is to be loaded, whether it is to be loaded in the factory or different points of the transport, you have to load and unload it. But main important things here, loading and unloading, is sometimes what happens if you don't follow or if you don't take proper precautions and safety measures, there's a possibility of big hazards, and maybe some accident may happen, some injury may happen. So those cases, one has to be very careful, and they should take all the precautionary measures while loading or unloading the materials. Plus, these materials can be of any type. It can be industrial materials, it can be agricultural materials, it can be a chemical. So one has to take all the precautions for loading or unloading these materials, and health hazards they have to take care of. And in case of any emergency, in case of any injuries, how to give the first aid, that is also one has to be aware of this, and they should take care of this one. The next one is, this is also like a transport This is also very important one. That is warehousing. If you see these pictures, there are four pictures are there. The first picture is a very big warehouse where so many containers or trucks are standing in front of this. They are ready for loading the materials from one place to another places. This may be a finished product. So the finished product is to be sent to different parts of the country or to different parts of the world. So they are ready to take the materials. And the second thing is picture if you see it, all these finished products are stored. This mostly are industrial products. So sometimes our space is very important in the warehousing it. You cannot keep it in the ground floor and if you keep it in the ground floor, there may be chances for the damage or they are doing the rain season or some insect may eat it. So they have the different containers type it is there, different slabs will be there. So they keep all the materials in the different things so that there will not be any damage to the product. Also, they can minimize the space and they can effectively utilize all the spaces available in the godown or in the warehouse. So you can see most of you might have gone through different malls and different when you go for different malls, the Reliance Mall or things. So they use this type of things. They keep all the products in different places and they go and collect it. And there are various equipments are also available to lift from the top one. How to remove the product from the top one. So different equipments are there. You can see some of the equipments are standing there to lift and load and keep it there. Then if you see the third one, that is such a big, that's a warehouse. Mostly for if you have heard about Food Corporation of India, maybe the rice, wheat, dal, all those things, they store it in big ground. Yes, that space may be moved, and there will be a lot of dust, and those things will be there. So those things may be difficult to store it in the second figure. So they keep it all in the ground floor and they store it, and whenever there is a need, and they remove it. Then when you see the fourth one is regarding this, all perishable items. For example, fruits, vegetables, which will be damaged very fast. Maybe this you can keep it maybe for a period of 4 days, 5 days, for a week. You can use it, and for that purpose they use a cold storage. So whether you select this warehouse, this can also be called as a godown or cold storage. So that depends on which type of product you are going to store it. Whether it is industrial product or agricultural product or maybe some animal husbandry things, and those things you decide what the warehouse. So warehouse is also very important like the transport. Then another thing is regarding the packaging and labeling. Here also you can see the three pictures are there for the packaging and labeling. So every product, this is of two types. One is while finishing the product in the factory itself, you pack it. For example, if you go to supermarket, malls, there may be so many products that it's already sealed or packed. That is one kind of packaging and the labeling about the manufacturing date, about the product, whether it has all these standard, ISO standard, and those things will be available. Another thing is, that is regarding this transportation time, they are also packing it and labeling it. Once packaging is done and you have to send it to other parts of the country, and it is to be sent either through the truck or through the train or through the air or through the flight. So for that purpose also they pack it and they also put the label. What is the type of the, maybe most of you when you see the mobile maybe online when you order it, you can see in the top of this mobile it will be packed nicely. And on the top of the things, what is the model, what is the capacity, what is the specification, and what is the cost when the manufacturing, everything will be given. So this packing also can be done in 2 ways, either the machine made or manually. That again depends on what type of the product you are going to manufacture and what type of product you are going to send it. So this also again depends on the size, weight, and color. Sometimes to attract the customer, sometimes the people follow the good packaging materials, and it will be very catchy. Even that when you manufacture in the plastics or when you manufacture in the bottles, very attractive designs they do the packing and labeling also. So then again, what type of quality and what type of quantity you are going to use it for the packing material. Because this packing materials, you have to use it good quality packing materials. Because if it is very thin and if it is not very strong, sometimes what will happen, it will damage very fast. While transporting it itself, it will be damaged. So you should make sure whatever the product you are keeping it from the product or in the factory, that should be as it is when it is reaches the customer. And another thing is, sometimes if you use the substandard materials, the customers may not like also. So, and while packing this, using this material, sometimes many of the people nowadays they see whether this packing materials can be reused. So now you may aware that most of the places the people are now not using the plastic items. In many places, plastics are banned. So now they use only the other materials, paper materials for the packing and other stuff. So now they decide about all the things about the size, weight, color, quality, machines, packing, labeling, etc. Another thing is that is regarding this inventory management. Inventory management is also very important one in this logistic. Even though this is not very, just a slightly advanced one for the degree level courses, but the students of the vocational or students of the vocational and the NSPF level 1 to 4, they will also should know what is the inventory management. Inventory management is nothing but maintaining the work in progress and raw materials and finished goods. Sometimes when we are saying in the storage, in the godown, you should not keep unnecessarily large amount of either raw materials or finished goods in the godown. Because if you keep, suppose the demand is 100 and you keep 200 and you don't expect that if the demand may go beyond 120, that means 80 products are surplus and you are unnecessarily keeping in your godown, and that will increase your cost of maintenance and unnecessarily production cost will also be more. Also, you should also make sure, suppose if the demand is 100, you keep only the 70 or 80. When the customers are asking at the time, you should not be in a position to say, I'm sorry, now we have to manufacture and we have to sell it. Maybe many of you might have aware that during this COVID period, this the demand for the mobile and the laptop has gone like anything. Then we are sometimes when our students for the online courses, when they want to buy the laptop and they go to the stores and they say no, it's out of stock, it is not available. Even when the mobile, there is a battery problem is that you want to buy online, you try to order online, but they say out of stock, not in stock. So like that, even our products also you should make sure that whenever the customer needs it, you must be able to supply. So there are so many techniques are there in the inventory management. Those things will be learning. There will be the higher level of classes, maybe graduation, other things. So this inventory management, just to give an idea to the students, what is the inventory and how it is to be maintained. I have given this slide. Then another one is this is also like a transportation warehousing. This material handling is also very important one. See, there are 3 pictures of that. So these materials, if it is a small in size, you can lift by one person and you can either load or unload it. If it is very big and the weight is more, so that even 2-3 persons, if they try to lift, if it is possible they can lift it. Otherwise, you have to use this material handling equipment. I think many of you might have seen this material handling equipments in some places or in the movies. And so in the first one you can see there is equipment. Second thing is about the conveyor belt. Many cases, if you have seen it, the conveyor belts are used to move from one place to another place in the factory, especially during the production. But it is not much used when it is transported to outside the country or within the country in different places. And there is another term is also like that. So there are different material handling equipments are available. And if you see in the internet and if you see this material handling equipment, you can see plenty of equipments will be available in different places. Sometimes the crane will be there, especially if you have seen the transportation in the ship world. So they are using big cranes to lift the things from the truck to the ship purpose. So they use different material handling equipment, and what type of equipment you are using, that again depends on the size and the weight and the place. And here also, like I told you about the loading and unloading and those cases, here material handling also is very important, and one has to take a lot of precautions while handling the materials. Sometimes what will happen, they may give their hand somewhere else, and they get the injury. Sometimes if it falls on your leg and they broken these legs or feet, so they have to be very careful to follow the procedure, how it is to be done, and what precaution is to be taken, what safety method is to be done. By chance, at some cases, if any injury came, and what type of first aid measures they have to follow it, how the first aid treatment is to be given. So those things are to be taken care in the material handling items. Then another very important one here is that is regarding the information and communication technology. Nowadays, you all agree that most of the things are done either in the mobile or in the computers. If the mobile and computers are not there, people either in the business or in other general people, they become become uneasy and they become helpless. So mobile and vehicle transport is all very important and very needy one to everyone. So this ICT and the digital resources, how it helps the logistic means. See, it is helpful from the starting from the suppliers to the ending. It gives lot of information to the suppliers, information to the producers, information to the transporters, information to the customers. Even nowadays, people used to tell that whenever the truck is there, suppose one truck agency or truck transporters, he has 200 affiliates. Some are gone to Delhi, some are gone to Calcutta, some are gone to Bombay, some are gone to Chennai. Like this, different parts of the country they have sent it. But there are so many softwares are nowadays available. Sitting in your own office, in your home, through the computer, you can track the movement of the fleet. Where exactly my fleet is there, which particular number, suppose 2810 number is there. Where is this fleet? Whether it is nearer to Hyderabad or nearer to Bhopal or nearer to Rajasthan. So they can easily track those fleets. So this ICT helps a lot for tracking this type of things, and also the documenting the logistic operations and all the suburban export import, and what all the documents are to be kept, and the transport, what all the documents is to be kept, and how the managing the management information system, etc. If it is an unorganized sector, if it is a small business people, small truck owners, small medium people, for them also it is useful, but especially in the organized sector, those who are having big businesses in the logistics, either in the global logistics or in the inbound logistics or in the outbound logistics, and this ICT plays a very important role to get the information, to document the logical operations, etc. Then another thing is about the what are the, these are all the major activities of the general activities of the logistics. Other than this activities, some of the other activities includes that is handling the returned goods. This also they call it as a reverse logistics. Sometimes what will happen, that you sell the items, but it is not as per their specification or as per their demand, and they return the goods. Sometimes some goods are damaged, so they return it. Some goods are outdated, they return it. Sometimes when you purchase some of these laptops or about the computers or something, they take the used items, they give some rates, buyback system, they call it as a buyback system, and they take the old items and they sell the new items. They reuse those all these old items, whatever part can be reused, they are using it. That is called as a reverse logistic. Also, other than these things, they also deal with the banks. Also, they deal with the insurance companies. They deal with the tax authorities. They deal with the local authorities. They deal with the legal matters. Sometimes, many cases, there may be some accident, and they report to the police station, and they file FIR, and there may be some court cases may be going on. So they have to deal with the police stations and the legal matters. Then some of the customers, then the suppliers. These are all the some other than the major logistic activities. These are all the supplementary allied activities which one has to know about in the logistics service.
Last 10 minutes we have Mr. A. Palivel. Last 10 minutes.
Yeah. I have only 2 more slides.
Okay.
So yeah. So now after knowing about all this, what is this logistics and what all the different activities are there in the logistics. And then now next question comes to the either students or about the parents or their friends. Okay, my wanted to do this logistics as my career. But what is his career opportunities available for him? What are the job opportunities available to him? Why my son has to study this course or why he should take up this model? So for that purpose, I would like to say that this logistic sector, whoever is employed, maybe in the different things, maybe loading, unloading, warehouse, transportation, and all those things. Mostly the untrained or unskilled people are working. Recently only this logistic management is taking importance. So the people are the universities and colleges are offering these courses. Earlier there was not much courses on the logistic sector. So mostly unskilled people are working and they get trained during their work. But if you study well in advance on all these things, you may get a lot of opportunities for the wage employment or for the self-employment. So for example, in case of wage employment, you can become a packing assistant. You can say the packing assistant or you can say labeling assistant. Earlier people used to call it as a clerical level, that's clerk. Now the concept of clerk has gone. Now the people are talking more about the packing assistants where they are using it. Then material handling equipment operator. See, we have seen these diagrams either in the ground or in the material handling or loading, unloading. There are so many equipments are there. But for that purpose, somebody has to operate it. Unless otherwise he knows how to operate it, you cannot operate it. There are specialized people are there only for handling these equipments. So they can become an operator for this purpose, and they can become the warehouse assistant. There are big warehouses are there are warehouse supervisors are there, warehouse managers are there to manage the products and goods in the warehouse. Then loaders, that is why loading and unloading. There are, if it is a small items we are seeing in the pictures, that with well dressed people are loading and unloading these items. And about the delivery assistant, mostly in the case of courier and all those things, there are so many assistants are there from the courier services, courier agencies. Then the transport assistant, the transport sector has plenty of job opportunities available to the students. And one is about the transport office. When you see the big, some of the organized transport office, there will be big offices will be there where they will have different sections will be there. One section can be for the computer, they will be working as a computer operator or the data entry operator. Another section can be the accounts, and they mainly deal with the accounts, how much are received and how much are paid, and all this income and expenditure. They take care of the tax and the customs. Those things they take care of the account sections. Then there will be establishment, that is HR sections. They are dealing with the HRs at different stages, starting from the lower level to higher level. Like that, there are different sections will be there, and every section now they are all now taking the people, untrained people, whoever is completed maybe the +2 or maybe done graduate. Okay, you come and work in with the transport system or account system. But if you have done all these courses and if you are already well aware of all these things, and it is easy for you to perform your job very easily in the transport agencies. So this account section, data entry operator, import-export assistant. Yes, import-export assistants, not normal people can do it unless otherwise you have some knowledge about the import-export procedures, what are the documents are required for the import-export procedures, and then only they can perform very well. Yes, otherwise sometimes what happens, you will get the employment. If you are not able to maintain that employment, if you don't perform well during that employment, then your employer may not like to keep you and he will shut you out and he may take some other people. Then about the delivery assistant, then about the cargo and freight handling assistant, then about the container yard assistant. So there are this set of various jobs are there at the entry level. Then from the assistants they become supervisors, from the supervisors they become managers, from managers they become executives. And in many cases, I know some of my people who are there work in this area. First they join as entry level people. So they work there. They learn the skills. They learn the techniques. Then they start their own organization, their own agencies, especially maybe the transport agencies or the procurement agencies or VmVideocon agencies. So they have their own agencies and they start employing so many people and they become a good entrepreneur later stage. So these are all the wage employment sector topics that are available to the students who come, enter at the entry level. Then last one which I would like to say, if you want to get all this type of employment and in this economy, and then unless otherwise you have the skills, people will not take you, especially in the private sectors. Unless otherwise you have the skills and manage the skills and improve the skills, it's very difficult for you to continue in employment. For that purpose, there are some of the skills I have listed out. So one is regarding the communication skill. Communication skill is very, very important in many sectors of the economy. It may be the logistics sector, it may be the private sector, it may be the government sector. This communication can be of two types. It can be of the oral communications and while talking to the phone or while talking to the customers or dealing with the suppliers on face to face or through email or through the over phone. Then another thing is about the written communication. Written communications includes making notes, sending the letters and various types of letters. To whom to send what type of letters it is, what is the notice, note, and orders. There are so many communications are there, written communications, and those people should be capable of mastering in both the communications, in the oral communication and the written communication. Sometimes the person may be very good, he may be excellent, everything, but he will have the communication problem. See, he will get short tempered. Suppose when the customer gives a call and ask him, "Sir, I have this problem," he immediately get irritated and he gives a very negative answers and irritatingly gives the answer. So this type of things should not be there. So you should be polite, soft, kind enough to get the complaints or the whatever issues raised by the customers, and you have noted down. The same thing applicable to different sectors and different activities on the logistic areas. Then another very important thing is entrepreneurial skill. So now in this vocational education, if you see it, we want that all our people should have certain skills and they should become an entrepreneur. Instead of searching for the employment and getting the job and working with somebody else, and he should be capable of starting his own enterprise and he should start giving employment in later stages. So there are so many entrepreneurs who started in the very beginning in a very small way, but they have become a very big way and they become big entrepreneurs. There are so many examples are there in the country, in the national level and international level. So we teach about what are the entrepreneurial skills, what are the entrepreneurial qualities are there. So that also we teach it. Then about the problem solving skills. And some people they are afraid of problems. Even in the family also, if you see between the family, father, mother, brother, sister, husband, wife, if sometimes if any small problem comes, they get tension. So for example, all of a sudden the light goes, and then they get tension. They get tension. So now, instead of having that type of tension, you must be able to analyze the problem. Why this is the problem? How it is to be solved? And like that in logistics also, you should have the problem solving skills. Then another one is about the working in team.
Sir, I have to stop here because we are running short of time now, and
the last thing, working in team,
yes,
understanding a big picture, managing stressful situations, and willingness to learn and improve. These are all the certain skills which are required for our students to get into this logistic services course. Thank you very much for giving an opportunity to explain this.
Alright, so that was the whole concept about logistic services and how much we are aware. We need to understand this. Apart of this, what we have understood here over here, we learned about so many opportunities. We came to know about the achievements, then how quickly we can move the one thing, commodity from one place to another. And the second
Yeah.
thing is that there are some challenges as well which we need to discuss, but because of the time we are not able to ask this, but into the next session we will be discussing about the challenges as well into the different kind of fields as per the under awareness of logistics services. But a live question I would like to take here from the Vanshika Gupta. What she would like to ask, that question is very practical. If you can answer this, how we can predict that in which sector or field we should go to choose our career? If you can answer this.
So that all depends on the career opportunities. See, when you choose this logistics sector, starting from the class 9, we have the level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. Then when you go to the degree also, you have this NSQF of National Skill Qualifications Framework. You have level 1 to 10. So it goes up to the PG level. So once if you go in this level, and I told you there are different areas are there for getting the employment. Yes, a supervisor, about the manager. And when we after getting certain skills, you may have start your own enterprise. You may have your own business. So after sometimes you may get bored of this employment, you may go for your business, you will become an entrepreneur.
Well, Vanshika, you must have got your answer now, and thank you so much, Mr. Planival, for being with us to give these kind of information. And I believe a student must have got all the their doubts clear, and they will be thinking in this way very keenly, and while having a better understanding, while understanding the logistic services and the awareness. Thank you so much for watching this program. Thank you so much, sir, for being with us. Thank you once again.
See you. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you.
Right, and you guys, you people, you viewers, I think you all knows that we are not going to stop here. This journey of knowledge will continue. So after a short while earlier, we will catch you again. You don't go anywhere. Stay tuned, Kishore Manch. Thank you so much. Allow me to go now.